Hello and good morning. It's Shane from One Shift at a Time. Hope everyone's doing well, and we're here. We're doing it. It's going to be the first countdown of the season, non-power rankings list here. So this is going to be goal horns from around the NHL. And first off, I want to say, of course, this is totally my judgment, right? This is not it's set in stone. You may disagree with it. That's okay. It happens. We can have different opinions, and it'll be okay. I'd also like to thank thefaceoff.net. I will put a link in the description for help making this possible by making everything really easy for me. In last place, in number 31, we have the Washington Capitals. And it might be hard to make out here, but the reason they get so low is they do have a police siren going in the back. I don't like police sirens, especially not in a goal horn. It just doesn't work for me. And then in number 30 we have the Vegas Golden Knights. Super generic, not very loud, not very imposing. I don't know, just doesn't do it for me. Sorry Vegas Golden Knight fans, but in number 29 I have the New Jersey Devils. It's just very plain, one horn, one note, repetitive. Yeah, I don't find anything special about it. Next we have the Wild. I'm going to try and go through them fairly quickly. I don't want to listen to the whole horns because this will then end up being like a 20-30 minute video. So we're going to try and keep her a little shorter on the horns. Next in 28th we have the Minnesota Wild. Got a little, right? It's at least not just a boring one long note, so it's got a little something, but it's just, again, one singular horn. You'll notice as the list goes on, I tend to enjoy horns that have two or three horns, maybe. The Kings. Again, really strong, really loud, couple beeps. It's a nice train one. I do like the train ones. I like the fog ones better. I like the lower bass, but I like the nice strong train kind of horns too. Next we have in 26 we have the Philadelphia Flyers. See, that one's got a little more bass to it, but it's just one, and it's super short, and they're onto the song. Like that, to me, they could have done better with that. It's a great sounding horn, but it's just way too short. Number 5 is the Coyotes. I mean, it's a little higher pitched than the Flyers, and it goes for 2. I'd say the most, my favorite part is actually not part of the goal horns, but is when the actual coyote starts to howl after the horns. But I don't know if that counts in there, so I didn't count it in for the sake of the list. Next, we have the number 24 Ottawa Senators. I complained about one blast earlier. I think this one is too many. It's got a nice one blast, then two, and then right, like, and a little short as well. But I like that they changed it up and tried something different. Oh, this one's probably going to get me some flack, but number 23 we have the Leafs. It's just, and it's over already. It's like the Flyers, right? It sounds like the same note, but they did it twice, but it's still really short. Number 22 we have the Vancouver Canucks. They do have 2 horns here. It's one of the first on the list that does have 2 horns, but they're not harmonized. I don't really understand it. They don't really sound like they should be going together. And then we have number 21, the Colorado Avalanche. Sounds like a truck horn. I think there was definitely a missed opportunity there that they could have gone for like an avalanche warning siren that you hear in the mountains when you're skiing and stuff, right? Like, I think that would have been better. And then Detroit. See, the truck sound makes a lot more sense here because you're talking about Motor City, USA, but it just seems way too busy and it's going off too many times. But we're into number 19 now in the Panthers, and we're getting close here. see, we're in, as I said, number 19, and we're in average. There's nothing good or bad about that horn. It's just an average horn, and I think that's the next couple you're going to notice that they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, nothing great. They're horns. And that brings us to number 18, the Montreal Canadiens. Yep. Good, different sound, right? It's not the average sound, but just one long blast. It's good. It's good as it goes. Again, number 17, the Rangers. It's got that kind of a good tempo to it, and it's a classic. It's a classic. MSG, that MSG horn's been around forever, so it does get maybe a little favor for that, but I do like the raspiness to it. It's got a nice raspiness. So number 16, we got the St. Louis Blues. Yeah. And again, we're starting, the Saints Go Marching In is probably the best part. It's just a little short, but again, these are all ones I really like now. Which brings us to number 15, the Tampa Bay, right? Foghorn. It's got the hiss of like electricity in the background, right? Like, I don't know if it necessarily goes the way it does, but it suits the foghorn suits the bay, the lightning suits the lightning. So I mean, they're making good sense. Then number 14, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins. So they have multiple horns, but they're in tempo or tune, and it's got a bit of a nice tempo to it. This is where it starts. I like all the horns from this part on. From this one on, I like them all. So number 13, we got the Islanders. Again, sounds a lot like, I think it was the Wild, but the Wild just had the one blast. These guys mix it up with a couple. It lasts a good amount of time. It's not too short, it's not too long. So yes, that's the Flyers. Good one there. Number 12, the Stars. And again, layering songs, horns that are in pitch. Very loud. I really like the sound of that one, but it is short. I would like it to be longer. Number 11, the Edmonton Oilers. Multiple horns in synchronization, and they have their own little there are two blasts that are quite long blasts. So again, I like it. Don't necessarily like hearing it go off very often, but I like it. Number 10, Columbus. Columbus would probably be number 1 if they included the cannon. That cannon's awesome, but without the cannon, it's just it's good. It could be great. It could be number 1. Number 9. Oh, the Shark Tank. The San Jose Sharks. I've always liked this one. But I find it's just, again, too quick, and then it goes into the song, which is, a classic song. But, I mean, if you're going to go with songs, the best one is number 8. With the Hawks. And this is probably the most hated one, because people absolutely hate the song, and I don't want to say it. I don't even really want to play it because I don't want to get in any trouble, but we all know it. There's the couple beats. It's one of the most hated songs, but I really like their horn. It's a good song. And then we have the Nashville Predators. They're in at number 7. Listen to the power in that one. It's one short or long. It could be longer, but man, it's a very throaty noise, and I really like that. In number 6, the one I hate to hear the most, but is a decent song, or horn, and that's the Anaheim Ducks. Speaking of throaty, right? Like, oh. Yeah, I don't want to play it because they overlay the song on there too much, but as much as I hate to hear it, it's a good one. Number 5, we have the Winnipeg Jets. Layered horn. The one's a little off key, but it's a jet sound, right? Like, it's a air horn sound, which makes sense because it's the Jets. So I don't mind that when they do that and they take it a little off key, but there's a reason for it, like the go horn. And then we've got the last of the Canadian teams. We got number 4, the Flames. It's got 3 different sounds, an overlaying back tone, and it blasts out multiple times. It's long. Yeah, it's a good combination, and I tried not to make it number 1 as my favorite. Number 3, the Canes. Hurricane coming through. You got the hurricane warning siren, and it's good length, and it blasts. Like, I love the hurricane warning sound. And then I don't know why this is so high. It's just, I always like the sabers. Man, listen to that. It's like a train coming through, right? You just got wrecked. Train coming through. It's just a great classic. Which brings us to the number 1, another one of the most hated ones. But it's just short and sweet and simple. Of 2 deep blasts. And that is the Boston Bruins, your number 1 team. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to put a link in the description again for the faceoff.net. They have a whole bunch of goal horns, center ice concepts. You can make jersey concepts, lots of cool stuff. Go out and check them out. Their link will be in the description. Thanks again for their help. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, like, subscribe the video for more content like this. See you in the power rankings on Saturday night. Have a good one, guys.